Planning for your life is always personal, and a lot of times you want to be in full control of that. But could you benefit from advice from someone else? This could help. Listen up. We may have a great financial plan for you. That's what we are discussing this morning here with Larry Spott. Larry is a financial advisor and the owner of Retirement Protection Solutions. He is here every week to educate us on finance and retirement planning. We welcome you back, Larry. And let's get to that. How often do you have people that come in that think they know what's best for them?
Well, probably more often than you would think. Right. So I'll give you an example. Nice couple came in, low to mid 60s, okay? And they decided to come in because of your show and just have their portfolio tested. So we did that test, but prior to the test, they thought, listen, we're in good shape. We're just going to do this exercise with you and see what it shows.
Yeah.
Well, we ran the Morningstar analysis, and what came back shocked them. Their 10-year average return, which is something we look at, after fees was around 4%. So they were kind of shocked about that. But the Morningstar analysis also shows you the worst the portfolio has ever done, right? Risk versus return.
Right.
So the worst it had ever done was 35% loss. So you got to think about it this way. They're risking 35% of their portfolio to get a 4% return. 35% of their money in retirement, where you really can't afford to lose anything, to get a 4%. So they were shocked. So then we took that portfolio, the standard deviation and all that fancy stuff, right? And we ran an income plan based on what they were doing. So they wanted $120,000 a year after tax. We added in inflation, taxes, and all that. And it showed them running out of money in their mid-80s. They couldn't believe it, but it was real numbers.
Right.
So what we showed them was, look, if you use an actively managed portfolio, which is designed for less risk and better returns, if you use an indexed retirement account for part of your money, which has a guarantee of no market-linked losses, people don't even know that exists, but it does.
Yeah.
So we reformulated their retirement plan, ran the scenario again. This time it brought them all the way out to age 95, and they still had $1 million just over left in their portfolio at age 95. Dramatic. So they thought they were on the right track, but it was a train wreck coming. They just didn't know.
And you probably saw them go through a little bit of a panic stage.
They couldn't believe it.
Right.
And
then you saw them on the other end when they saw, oh, wait, now we can get to 95.
Right.
And
so we teach people how these portfolios work. We don't just stick them in them.
Right.
We teach, and then they came to understand how to build and run a retirement plan all the way through.
Have you seen people actually sabotage their financial future?
Oh, sure. So probably, I would say, kid, probably the most common thing I see is people trying to take too much money out in retirement. So we can fix that easily. We just run the scenario and show them what you should take out. But the other one is, that's the secret hidden sabotage that's going to kill you, is the wrong portfolio for retirement, like that example. Nice people, they had pensions, they had Social Security, but they had the wrong portfolio for retirement income. So people, those two things are probably the worst, taking too much and, you know, a wrong design.
Right. We hear about this. There's a lot of households that deal with this. They, retirement versus saving for the kids' college fund. What's your advice on that?
Sure, and I get it, because I have 5 wonderful children. 2 of them are in college, 1 more to come.
Yeah.
So there's that tug of war. Do I put all my money over here? Well, we got to take care of our kids, right? We got to get them educated, whether you're using loans or whatever the, resources might be available. But you have to save for retirement and grow those accounts, because otherwise you're going to be asking your kid, you just got through college, to support you in retirement.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. So even if you save for retirement and they did loans, you can still come back and help them later, but don't sabotage your own retirement for something that, might be a short-term need. Does that make sense?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the first step that people need to take to get out of their own way?
Well, I think really, especially once you hit 59 and a half, because that's when IRS steps out of the way for rollovers and things, is to just get a plan, a retirement income plan, and get it tested. Find out, what are you doing now versus what could you be doing, and learn about these other portfolios that we have with Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, Vanguard, that are actively managed, and see if that just puts you in a better position.
All right, if you're watching right now, let's think back to that story that Larry told us in the beginning of that couple that was going to run out of money in their 80s, but then they went to Larry. Larry was able to show them how they could get money to 95. If that's you and you're worried about running out of money in retirement, now is the time to pick up the phone because Larry's going to give you a special offer. This is something that he only does for Let's Talk Live viewers. In fact, the people that came and saw you were Let's Talk Live viewers.
That's right.
So they called because they saw it here on this show, and Larry's helping them out. Here's the number to call, 1-800-611-1952. Now, the first 10 callers are going to get a complimentary portfolio review and income plan. That's what we've been talking about here. Larry's going to show you exactly what your retirement's going to look like. That's normally a $1,500 charge, but for our viewers that qualify, the first 10, there will be no charge at all. Now, I'm telling you from experience with this, those 10 calls go quickly. So this isn't something you want to write down and call when you get home. You want to call right now if you have a chance. Maybe you're at work, maybe you're in the office. 1-800-611-1952. Get in there. And I'm telling you, there's nothing like going to sleep at night knowing that your finances are handled or in a good place.
Exactly. Financial security.
Yes.
That's what we call it, right? Find out and get it in place.
Isn't that what we all want, financial security?
That's what we want.
Larry can help you. 1-800-611-1952. As always, Larry, thanks a lot.
Always a pleasure.
All right, more of Let's Talk Live coming up right after the break, so stay with us.